Hey, good morning, or whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are. Sun is, well, it already come out a while ago. And I'm not working today. Well, not working as for money, but I think I'm gonna try to have some fun. Look how clean this is. Don't you think we should make a mess? Yeah. 4 days to get all this clean, but I got a piece of wood somewhere under the pail. I've been trying to keep it from cracking. Let's see if it's still good. I'll try to do something with it. Have it under this thing here. A little chick right there. Not that bad. Ooh, nothing on this side. Yeah. Let's take this big boy in. Spring is here. Birds are all happy. I'm getting old. I'm out of breath from just carrying this thing. So this is my good side. I think the whole thing is good. The bottom bark was cut, so we can't do live edge. Yeah, well, you could have put the numbers facing the other way. One of these two. I want to try a no-sounding calabash bowl. It doesn't need to be 13. Here's our making decisions. So in this blank, so technically I could do 13. However, that leaves me with, let's say I cut past there, it leaves me with about 5. But if I go with this guy, now you got like 6.5, and it gives me 2 nice blanks here. So this is 14 across, can be divided at 7, so 6.5. Yeah, this is what we're gonna go with. So I brought that to the bandsaw, I cut it, I made it as round as possible, and yeah, then I brought it back to my bench, and it's very important, you have to learn how to put screws in a blank, because it's a how-to video. Anyways, it's going on the lathe, sharpen a 40-40, and get going. So I started about 500. You can see the difference on this lathe, how it fights back when I'm cutting. The RPM go down, but not it goes down maybe 20-30 when, if I'm using my smaller lathe, when I make a cut, I can see the speed going down a lot. And this one, because of 2 horsepower and 220, it fights back. So anyways, I'm creating a shape here, and trying to do my no sanding calabash bowl, as I call it. So I'm flattening the bottom so I can make a tenon. Did I mention I love the 40-40? even though I haven't mastered this tool. I'm probably about 80%, but it makes an amazing smooth cut. And yeah, if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. You can also do a tenon on a single cut with this tool. I guess it's because of the straight wings. But so up to now, I'm still trying to do a no sanding calabash bowl, and so this didn't work out. As you will see, it didn't work out in a sense that I wasn't happy with doing it perfectly smooth. Like, it looks really good on video, but I know when it dries it's gonna be a bit rough. So I had watched the video the night before from John Ferraro. It's a small channel. I'll leave a link. People should subscribe to a small channel. You should support. You don't have to subscribe to this one, but you should support small channels. But anyways, he was trying to rough turn a similar shape to what I'm creating now. So I thought he had a hard time doing the inside. My camera is all over the place here because I forgot it on autofocus instead of manual. But anyways, he had a hard time doing the inside, so I thought, since I'm not able to do what I wanted to do, I'm going to try to recreate what he was doing in order to see how difficult it is to hollow the inside with just with a bowl, with a bowl gouge. So here I'm doing that part, and it's actually with the 4040 that's as far as I was able to get. And I had left a comment with him suggesting that he should slide the headstock all the way to the end, which I did here. And I switched to 60 degrees swept back, and here I'm trying to continue because I'm not to my thickness. He was doing a rough bowl. I'm going to the finish on a 3/8, but as you can see, my gouge is rubbing right up against the center. I mean, I could remove a bit of that, but if you remove that, then it starts to vibrate. So I tried this a couple times, and I realized there was crazy and then there was stupid, you know. So I went and got a what are these things called? Easy tools. They're hollower, so I grabbed a straight one, and that did the trick. So once I got past that curve, I went back to my 4040 and a bigger tool rest, and here I'm just holding the inside like any other regular bowl. And yeah, once I get near the bottom, sometimes I use like an Ashley hardwood bottom on the ball. In this case, I'm using the swept back 60 degree. I seem to be pretty good with this one, doing the inside. So I finished that up, and then I got a scraper just to go rid of a couple lines, and that was pretty much it. I still don't know what I was going with this at this point. I was just trying to recreate what he was doing to see how difficult it was. But so I took it off and put it under the light for. Actually, the light stayed on only for a few hours, and by the next day it was all oval and dry. And you can see how out of round it is. So I sanded it up and put some finish. Let that dry for a bit so I can put it on my vacuum. I don't have an actual vacuum. It's a vacuum inverter that works with a compressor. So I don't like the compressor running too much. So I put the tailstock and turn it off. And here I'm turning it back on. So right now it's being held by the vacuum inverter only. So finish up the bottom and give it a bit of sanding, and I finish. So ultimately I as good as this look, I miscalculated my bottom, so the whole thing is like 3/8 of an inch, but the bottom is probably about 3/4. So it's a little heavier than I want it to be. It looks amazing though. I couldn't put my signature right in the middle because of that line going across, but yeah, it's what it is. I like my videos to be transparent and show my fails and my wins, and so we get a better idea and we learn from each other. But anyways, don't forget to check out John Ferrara's channel. I'll leave a link in the description. And thanks for hanging out. Ciao, ciao.